Hey everyone. I've come to the conclusion that I have an overly attached girlfriend problem. And that's not in the sense that I actually get any pussy, because I don't. But it's odd. It's like everywhere I go, there's no action to be had. There's no women. Or if there is, they're very distant or whatever. And, I'm not actually a bad looking guy. I do have a bit of money. I mean, a lot of women are very shallow and very self obsessed and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't make sense that I could go into a bar, be wearing an Ovechkin jersey, and have the face that I've got, and still, no chicks will talk to me. Now, how this relates to it being an overly attached girlfriend problem is that I think I am surrounded by sociopathic people who use the conditions of my environment to control their ability to manipulate me. Because that's one thing I got to worry about. In some ways, I'm still very young, and just based on certain situations, I could be manipulated into anything, whatever. That's just human nature. Um, the thing is, I don't want any women to think I'm just putty in their hands, because I'm not. I can stand up on my own 2 feet, and I am going to wear the pants in the relationship, and I ain't gonna put up with this overly attached girlfriend nonsense. If she's gonna start going all weird and kooky on me, then she can go away for 10 years or something. 'Cause I ain't ready for that. I've hardly even touched any chicks in 30 years, so that would be, a big deal for me. It's not that I don't want to, it's I gotta be careful, because the first chick that comes along is probably gonna be a vampire or a witch or something like that. Who knows? I'd hate to get my drink spiked while I'm in a bar and wake up in some sort of torture chamber or be immobilized. That's a dirty trick. Dirty and underhanded. Yeah, I did have sort of a vague experience the other night. Not gonna describe it on YouTube, but not much happened. I remember everything in the night, but my vision it went all blurry, and it could have been a combination of my medicine with the alcohol, but that had never happened before. I've taken my medicine as I'm supposed to with alcohol before, plenty of times, and I'm an experienced alcoholic, so there's no reason I should have felt the way I did at this particular bar, where there were chicks who didn't come in with guys, and there's only one reason chicks come in groups to bars and things like that, and that's to scope out for guys. And yet the guy wearing the Alexander Ovechkin jersey, not even a wink. What kind of nonsense is that? It just doesn't make any sense. I do get the sense that the first chick to come along would be like a vampire or something like that, and probably try to steal my money. I am coherent of that, but I don't think it's a problem. The thing is, this whole lack of action, it's forced me to think of other things, because, thinking of romance and all that jazz without a girlfriend, it just doesn't seem proper, So I think about making money all the time, and I think about conquering the world, and stuff like that, normal stuff. and with this experience of not being with any women really that much for 30 years, that kind of thinking in my head's never going to go away. I'm not going to do anything for money. I'm not a prostitute or anything like that. And I don't want to be somebody's property, that's for sure. Just getting back to the overly attached girlfriend business, I have to watch out for that, because not so certain I want to put up with that at this time in my life. I want kind of a normal girlfriend, just one that's, kind of her, kind of relaxed and cool and easy to be with and easy to talk to. I think I've earned it at this point. 30 years of being pretty much on my own. And it's always because I've grown up in an age where men have to behave in a certain fashion or they won't get any chicks, or they'll get the wrong kind of chicks where you won't be getting any action, but they'll be around you watching everything you do and obsessing about you. And I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I do have some suspicions of what's going on. I got a vague idea, and there's got to be something I can do to normalize my atmosphere. Because right now I'm having to deal with people who, when I talk to them, they don't talk back really, or if they do, they're not real words coming out of their mouths, and you can see that being frustrating at times. It's like, how am I supposed to grow a brain if the culture around me prevents that from happening? I've watched a lot of movies and I hear everything. When people talk, I listen. And it's not directed towards me most of the time, but sometimes it has been. And I have reasons to believe that. And I understand the words that are coming out of people's mouths. They may say a certain thing, but if it's a mechanism of control, they just want to shut me up, they don't want to answer questions, I know they did that, and my opinion on it isn't going to change. I'm not going to forget about it either. Yeah, because I have observed so many ugly guys with not bad looking chicks. Not gonna say they're 10 out of 10s, but guys who are not very good looking scoring chicks. And I'm a not bad looking guy, and I got good taste. I was wearing an Ovechkin jersey. I've got a Trevor Linden jersey. I got a PK Subban jersey. It just doesn't make logical sense that I'm not getting pussy. It's not the end of the world. I'll still live on and, keep doing my thing and work on my projects. But the problem is, this has to change at some point. Or, something's got to happen. Something's got to give. And, got to tread carefully when I go downtown, particularly at night. I don't want to sound like a pussy or anything like that myself. But going down there at night is risky business for a guy like me, because I stand out like a sore thumb. I'm very visible. I can be loud. I don't mean to be, but sometimes when I'm talking I sound louder than I think I do. That's normal when you've had a few drinks. And a lot of people are going, oh, well, Ryan, if you're going to go downtown, don't drink. You gotta have all your faculties in your head in working proper order. I'm an experienced drinker. I can drink and handle myself and act accordingly. That isn't an issue. What is an issue is if people are gonna start arguing or talking to me in a manipulative manner or controlling the atmosphere in a manipulative manner, then I can't be allowed to be me. They'll create circumstances that prevent me from going about doing the things I want to do and seeing the things I want to see, and just having a good time. I went downtown to look for a sponsor for my YouTube channel because I believe I have some unique and interesting ideas. Now, it's not to say that my ideas are totally original. Someone else will have thought about these sort of things in private forums and things like that, but they're not mainstream. Most of my ideas are not mainstream. So, that being said, I believe I've garnered special attention from certain people whom I don't know anything about, and I believe they have an unnatural fixation with me. This is both good and a bad thing. Good is in I can make money and potentially score chicks in the future and live a comfortable life. Bad in the sense that there are going to be assholes out there who want to cause me grief even though I haven't even met them before. So it's a balance. And I'm just trying to work things out so that I can get some of the fruits of my labor and strive to the goal I've been trying to for the last few years. And with this YouTube channel, I think it's really helped present my image to the world, and so that people can better understand me and know that I'm not that bad a guy. I am quite reasonable. I am white power, so what? I mean, that is usually frowned upon, and most of the time even white power guys don't like to talk about it with people they don't know because they don't know what that person's going to think. But I'm an open book. I'll tell anything about my life to anybody because I'm not afraid. I have no reason to be. I have reason to be confident, proud, maybe a tad obnoxious. I try not to be obnoxious, but I could see myself looking that way to other people who don't like me. And none of this is a bad thing. It's one of these things that you gotta keep working on. You gotta keep going. And if you can do that, then eventually you'll reach the point where you want to be at. And my time in the mental health, although I hate mental health, it has been a good thing overall, really. I mean, it's probably saved my bacon a few times, but there are other times where it's really hurt. So it's a give and take relationship. And it would be nice to talk to some chicks and see what they think, but I want them to be normal. I want them to have outgoing personalities, but are not creepy or weirdos or anything like that, because just because they're chicks doesn't mean they're not weirdos themselves. They like to call guys weirdos. They probably call me a weirdo. They probably call me all kinds of names. I can look past that and just ignore it. But when they start manipulating social circles around me and the atmosphere in my immediate vicinity, then I've obviously got some issues that got to be worked out that don't have anything to do with me. They have to do with the environment around me. That's the problem. Like, I think I'm level-headed and I'm able to make rational, intelligent decisions about things. I don't think that I'm going to make too many mistakes, going forward, even if I do drink too much. It's, the worry of someone spiking my drink that's really got me concerned and really got me thinking, there's nothing I can do to stop that. If they want to get me, they're going to get me. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure a way out. Because I think I'm a little bit more cool of a guy than a lot of people want to admit. And I have more friends than they want to tell me. How many? I don't know exactly. Anyway, guess I'll end this video here. Probably make another one tonight. Gonna slam back some ciders and listen to some music, whatever. Anyway, talk to you guys later. See ya.